Hey, good morning. This is Anthony from 39 Below. It is pretty early here. See, the sun's just coming up. Out and about. Head over to the warehouse first, and then I'm going to be meeting up with a few folks, and we're going to be having a day of picking. Wow, that sun is really coming up. But yeah, it's going to be a good day. Happy Sunday to you all, and I want to do a video today from an email I got last night while I was sound asleep. Ernest, get some rest, bro. You're working too hard. No, I'm kidding. No, he said it this morning around 7:30-ish. I don't know if he's West Coast, though. But Ernest, hey, you want to know where else you can get some clothes. Wasn't sure if you meant what type or where else you can source clothes. So I'm going to give you another little golden nugget here. I've been putting them out. This is all free, good, valued information, folks. So I've been putting it out there and just letting you know our tricks and what we do to source. And I'm sorry, I'm a little slow this morning. I need some coffee here. You guys drink coffee? I actually like iced coffee. Where I mean, I enjoy them both ways, but I actually prefer cold iced coffee. Don't put too much sugar and cream in there. Well, it depends on the creamer, right? They have all those flavors, delicious. But I'm gonna get back on track here. I digress a lot. Okay, the golden nugget on how to source. Now, this is another little secret that I've been doing. Have not heard it. I have not heard it, so stay on the line. Keep watching this. I have not heard it yet. I have not seen it on YouTube. Have not heard about this. I haven't seen anyone doing this, and I just thought it was very interesting way to use the progressive market. Now, you know, I always preach about having your own website, having your own fan page, Pinterest site, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Vine. I want to make sure I get them all, because if not, I always get called out on that. So any other social media or e-commerce site, I always express that. So you want to diversify. Now, there's a lot of places around your community. Stay on the line. Don't leave yet. There's a lot of places around your town that get free stuff. I'm not talking about the Goodwills, Salvation Army, and such, because their infrastructure is set up. They're obviously a probably close to $1 billion corporation now. So, oh no, I got a cop behind me. Wouldn't that be great if I get stopped right here live on air? I would film the whole thing for you guys. I swear I would. But I'm at a stoplight, so. But I would film the whole thing. Cop would be like, "What are you doing?" Don't worry about it. This is going on YouTube. I got 2,000 people who are going to defend me in court, right? No, I don't break the laws here when I'm driving. I drive slow, if anything. So, all right, let me get back on track again. It's early, but yeah. So there's a lot of places where people drop off free stuff. So what I do is I sit back and I think about that. Who gets free stuff? And then secondly is what I say to myself is, how are they using that free stuff? What are they doing? So one of the places that comes to mind, not like a Goodwill or you know, those places that actually are kind of for profit. My mind always goes to churches, and there's every street corner there's a church, all different types of churches, and churches are a huge part of this world. So, and what I do is I walk in. There's always someone on duty, or there's a pastor on duty, or a priest coming in, or an administrative person, secretarial type person, volunteers. Always people at churches. They host all kind of things from all kind of AA, NA type stuff during the days. I've seen they have even on site their own thrift shops, their own they give out. Maybe this is better for lighting here. They help out. They have like food bank stuff going on. There's always kind of all that stuff. So what I do is I try to get my foot in the door first. What I do is I volunteer. Okay, I'll volunteer an afternoon. I'll volunteer a day. I'll talk to somebody when I get there. Secondly is what I do is I stick my nose into everything, because I'm a busybody when it comes to business. I get to know, the days of when stuff comes in and what they do with it. Do they sell stuff? Do they have like a rummage sale? Do they have yard sales? Is there a elder at the church that hosts garage sales and all that kind of stuff? So I get all the information that I can from this particular church. Now, back to you probably saying, well, how do you select the church? I just stop in. I just stop in at a large church. I just stop, or if I'm online, if I see, if I get the feel, basically, if I get the feel that is a successful church, I'll stop in, I'll sit through a service as well. I mean, you have to stake out the places that you're going to get your inventory from, right? Isn't that, it's like shopping. You don't just go to Target and buy one item. You kind of check it out online. You go to Amazon, you go to Kohl's, you go to Walmart. You know what I mean? You'll hit your various stores. So, all right, let me go back here. Trees are blocking the sun here. So, back to what I was saying. So after, I would do a little volunteer, or I don't do volunteer, or maybe I'll sit through a service, but I'll just scope around. I'll ask, about how they, how they get their stuff, and is it donated, do they, and what do they do with it. So from that point on, next thing I do is before I leave, I say, hey, can I have a card? Can I check out, your sales online? Can I see your website? You guys, what auction sites are you guys using? How are you doing it? 9 out of 10. I swear, it's probably 10 out of 10. I have never seen one yet, but I'm sure there's some progressive churches out there. But 9 out of 10 do not have an e-commerce site, or are they selling their stuff online? They just have rummage sales. So they're selling stuff for 25 cents, for 30 cents, where they can be making $5, $10, $20, $30 per item. And a lot of their stuff is good stuff. It's silver, it's watches, it's jewelry, it's clothing, it's all kind of stuff. They get a lot of stuff from dead people. So when someone dies, the spouse will bring the stuff over, they'll donate it to the church, or the kids will, and the church will take it and sell it, and they can write it off, and blah, blah, blah. It goes through the grapevine of trying to find, ways to get out of taxes. But so they have a ton of stuff. So what you do is you then ask to speak to someone else and say, hey, I run an e-commerce business. I would love to, when you guys get an inventory and have a call, let me come take a look at what I have, and maybe we can split the price, or maybe you guys can take 20% since I'm doing the legwork. Sort of being a vendor for that person, or a consignment shop for them, and they're the consigner. But you'll be amazed at the amount of stuff that you can get. And of course, you keep them in the loop, but they do not have e-commerce sites. They're not on eBay's. They're not on Amazon. They're not on an Etsy store. They get antique stuff, valuable stuff. So you really can be selective of what you choose. So anyway, that's another little source that I wanted to give you. Not getting too much into the nuts and bolts of it, but it's a great, great way to source stuff, great way to leverage your communities that get free stuff. So always just sit back today and think, say, who gets free stuff around my town, and what are they doing with it, and do they have an e-commerce site? If the answer is no, do you have e-commerce sites? Do you have a way that you can sit down and show them and say, look, this is my website, my Amazon, eBay, here's how I list, here's sales. You can show them everything and wow them and say, I'm a business and I really want to help you bring in more money. Instead of having a rummage sale and selling your stuff for 25 cents for that coffee, that Krups coffee pot, we can sell it online for maybe $25, and they can make